Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a spring-inspired makeup look. I'm going to be using this palette here from Tarte. You can see it has a lot of like pinkish, cooler tones. It's, you know, just kind of screams spring to me, and I figured why not? Let's try out a look and maybe spring will come. I'm also going to be using this one here by MAC, this long-wearing foundation. Sorry, I almost dropped that. This long-wearing foundation by MAC. It is in the colors NW75. It is a warmer type foundation. It is waterproof and it is long-wearing. So if that's something that interests you, keep watching. Okay, so like I said in my intro, I'm going to be doing this spring-inspired makeup look. I'm going to be using, like I said, the Tartlette palette. I'm also going to be using this palette here by Starrr. It's a light dusting powder. It has some pinkish tone to it. You'll see it when I'm going on, but it does kind of brighten up the face. I'm also going to be using this face palette by Tarte too. I've used this once before. It has, you know, it has a blush, it has the bronzer, and it has like a highlighter on there. And then what else am I going to be doing? I'm going to be using a few Trish McEvoy products that I've been liking. I'm going to be using their Instant Eye Lift, which if you like to brighten up your under eye, this is a great product that goes underneath the eye. And I'm also going to be using her eye base along with a pencil, this Hazelnut pencil that she, you know, that she has. I love this color. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to start with putting some primer on my face. I'm going to go in, I'm going to use this one by Bobbi Brown. It is the Face Base by Bobbi Brown. You can see I've used it. It's this creamier type texture that goes on. Almost feels like skincare when it's going on. And I'm just going to go in, I'm going to use that all over my face. If you've never used this, it's a lovely product. It feels very much like something that you would get at a spa. And it's just very hydrating, and my skin has a tendency to be dry. So if your skin is dry, you might want to try this out. She also has, and I've never used it, but I've heard good things about it, is the under eye cream. And she said I have so many under eye creams. I'm like, I don't even know. I have to use up some of them. I always feel like I have to, you know, hate waste. So anyway, there you go. And I kind of bring it down on my neck. It smells lovely though. Okay, next I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with my eyebrows. I use the Benefit Brow Pencil. I'm going to try not, somebody just commented on my videos about how my brushes make a lot of noise when I drop them down on the table, and I wasn't even aware, even when I'm editing my videos, I wasn't even aware that I did that. I think I'm making noise now. So I'm trying to be very conscious about not making any noise. I'm sure it's very annoying to hear this tap, tap, tap from a pencil when you're trying to, I don't know, just enjoy a video. So I apologize, and I'm going to try harder not to do that. So I'm going to go in, like I said, I'm going to start with outlining my brows. I'll try to get a little bit closer for you so you can see what I'm doing. So you can see I have very sparse brows. I hate to bore people with the same thing over and over again, but the only way to get better at doing brows is to do it all. It's the only way to get better at makeup in general is to do it more and more, do it a lot. And then you'll know exactly what you like on yourself. So I go in and I fill in this area. This outer part of my eyebrow, I go a little bit darker. And then as I go in further, I like to lighten it up a little bit as I get closer to like the corner of my, inside corner of my eye. And then what I do is I go under here. See if you can see this. And I kind of just keep bringing it up. Like hair-like strokes. You can see, just kind of bring them up like that. So it looks a little natural. And then what I'll do is I'll stand back and take a look at it. If you're new to doing your eyebrows, if you get too close and you're doing your eyebrows, it doesn't look like you're doing that much. And then when you stand back, it's like, it can be jarring. And then I'll go in and I'll just kind of brush it up a little bit just to kind of soften it up so it doesn't look so hard. But I do like to make like hair-like strokes in here by pulling them up. Okay, and that's my bad brow. I have a brow that I like and I have a brow that I don't like. This is the one I don't like. This one I can deal with a little bit easier. And I am due to have them microbladed. So let's go in here again and do this side. I'm gonna try not to block out so you can see. And go in there and fill that whole thing in. So comment below, let me know, what do you use on your brows? What do you use, a pencil? Do you use a powder? Do you use like a pomade? What's your favorite way to fill in your brows? Because I can go over this now a little bit if I want with like a powder, and that will kind of set it in. Okay. And then again, I'll go in and kind of brush that up so it's not too dark on the inside or too fake looking, I guess is the best word. I don't like it looking too fake. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use this eye base by Trish McEvoy. It is the Eye Base Essentials. You can see it has, I don't know if you can see, it has a little bit of like light reflecting particles on it. I don't know if you can see that, but if you're not using an eye base, using an eye base on your eyes is key to having the true color from the palette that you're going to be using. Eyeshadow palette that you're going to be using, have that pop out more. So if I were to go in there now and put eyeshadow on my dark eye, the color of the eyeshadow would look a lot darker than, you know, it was intended to be, because because the base color is darker. And lighter does not cover darker. Now, if you were going to use it darker, it wouldn't make a difference. Other than the fact that the eye base does make the color pop more, and it makes it last more, and it stops it from creasing. So, there you go. And you can see already the difference, how that just kind of like brightened it up. Go in on the other side. And close that up well so it doesn't dry out. It's very comparable, this one, I have to say, to the MAC Pink Pot, which is another one of my favorites. You've heard me say that a few times. Okay, so that's the eye base on. Next I'm gonna go in, like I said, I'm gonna use this Tartlette palette. And I'm gonna start with the lightest color first. I'm gonna use this one here. I'm gonna go in, I'm going to take my Sonia G, what is this? Oh no, this is my Yano series. It's in the 06 brush. You can see it looks very much like a paintbrush, and it's very soft. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna take that light color, and I'm gonna go back and forth. This is not gonna change too much. The only thing it's gonna do is kind of set that eye base I just put on there, and it's gonna give it a slightly different color. Go in there, and I'm gonna go in on the other side and make circular motions. And I put my hair up in rollers, and then I was gonna go get dressed, and I realized I can't get dressed because I have to pull something over the top of my head. I would have to take the whole set down. So anyway, you're gonna see what my hair looks like with the rollers coming down. You're also gonna see, I'm gonna share an outfit with you that I've been loving. I don't know why I keep dropping this. That I've been loving. I heard somebody on YouTube, saw somebody on YouTube wearing it. I was like, oh, I love that outfit. And I went on Amazon and got it, and I love it. So anyway, I'm gonna go in next, and I'm gonna take this, what color am I gonna take? I'm gonna take like this deeper color right here. It's got like a reddish, like pinkish tone to it. And I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna take a little bit smaller brush. I'm gonna take this one by Yano, and it's in the number 08. And I'm gonna go in, and I am going to go in there. And this I'm gonna tap off some of the excess because it is a bit darker. And I'm gonna go in and go right there in that crease. And I am gonna make like circular motions going around. First I'm gonna go back and forth making windshield wiper motions like this. And then I'm gonna go in and tap off a little bit more, and I'm gonna go in and make like circular motions. These are on sale, like I said, at Ulta right now. So like you get 4 palettes for the price of like $46. So that's a pretty color. It looks very dark in the palette, but it doesn't go on the eye too dark. So don't be afraid of that. And go in over here and go back and forth. When I first put it on, I just kind of go back and forth and make like these wiper motions, and then I go around and I kind of make like circular motions. Okay, so that's a little bit dark for me. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to take, so the first time using this palette, I'm gonna take this bigger brush that doesn't have anything on it, and I'm gonna kind of, I'm not putting anything on it, in other words. I'm just gonna go back and forth and just kind of soften that up a little bit. Okay, yeah, that's better. Next, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna spray the end of this brush here. This is a flat brush. It is 135 and it is a MAC brush. I go in and I spray it a little bit with the Fix Plus by MAC, the Prep and Prime. And I'm gonna go in and let's see, what color should we do? I'm gonna go in and do this sparkly pink or color up here in the middle, a little bit lighter one. And go in there and go right across the lid, because I don't want anything too dark across my lid. I'm gonna go right across here and do the entire lid. And what the Prep and Prime does, the spray, it kind of just enhances that color and the pigment in it, so it pops out a little bit more. It's pretty though. Go in and go right across again. You can see how now it's starting to pop a little bit more. I have contacts on, so they have a tendency to get kind of gunked up. Okay, let's go over here and spray again. This is like a staple in my kit. If you need something to spray your face a little bit before doing your makeup, or after doing your makeup too, it also will set it. It also helps with just, you know, wetting your brushes in between. If you need to wet your brushes to apply any type of shimmer. Now, the only place I use shimmer on my eye is right on my lid here. I don't do it up higher because it will just sit in the texture of my eye and just enhance any of that texture. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the colors. Now it looks pretty dark on me, but I'm gonna go in and I am gonna line it, and then I'm gonna clean up that under part too, because a lot of drop off makes the eye look dark and heavy. So next I'm gonna go in, I'm going to take this color from Trish McEvoy. Like I said, it's in the color Hazelnut. And I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna do my waterline up under here, go back and forth, go in there and go over here. You can see how that already just kind of intensifies it. Sorry, I really need to look when I'm doing this, otherwise I'll poke myself in the eye. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna go across that lash line with this color. That went up too high there. And what I'm going to do is kind of smudge that out a bit. It has a smudger on the other end there, and go across and just kind of smudge that out. Okay, let's see how that looks close up. I may just take a little bit here on the corner, kind of pull it upwards a little bit, just right there in that corner to pull it up. A little flick, it just kind of keeps the eye lifted upwards. sorry, I can't do that. Not on this side, gotta go in there. I'm just doing the same thing on this side. I'm going right in there and going right across, right on top of that lash line. I'm not, you know, bringing it up too high. And then what I'll do is the same thing on this side that I did on the other side, is go in there and just kind of take that corner part and flick it up a little bit. Then I'll take the smudger and go in there and smudge that out, so it doesn't look like I have a hard line going across my eyelid there. Okay, I'm going to go back into the palette. I'm going to get a little daring here today. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to take this little bit of a darker color on here, this like maroon color. And I'm going to take a smaller pencil brush that looks like this. This is the 01 brush. It is by the Yano series. And I'm going to go in and just dab lightly in there. And I'm going to go and just do a little V here at the corner. Nothing too heavy. You can see it's ever so slightly just darkening up that corner a little bit. I feel like this is a little dark for me, but whatever, it's, you know, it's a different look. Okay, now I'm gonna go in and I am going to take my Bioderma and I'm gonna go in there. This is the Bioderma. I take a cotton pad and then I go in there and I clean up that under eye. And I'll show you why I do that. This is why I don't do my foundation first, because I'll end up with all of that on my foundation and it'll just make my eyes look heavy and dark. And plus there's always so much fall off usually from the, you know, the glitter that gets underneath there. That falls off. Like glitter has a tendency to kind of like kick back, and like a lot of it just kind of falls off the brush. That's why I spray it too with the Prep and Prime, just to kind of keep it, oh, I'm very clumsy today. Just to kind of keep it, you know, from falling all over the place. And you can see already that that just kind of like brightens it up, right? If you get that, you can see how that fall off will just kind of darken up the under eye. Okay, next I'm gonna go in. That's a lot of fall off though, right? You know, to have it sitting there and you're not aware of it when you put your foundation on first. Okay, next I'm gonna go in, like I said, what am I gonna do next? I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use the foundation. Where is it? Right here. So again, this is a long wearing foundation. It's waterproof. I use this, it's a little bit darker than my skin tone, which again is not something I like doing, but in the summertime, I bought this like for something I did in the summertime, and I was a little bit, I had more self-tanner on and I was a little bit tanner. But I want you to see the finish, pay attention to the finish. You don't need to necessarily pay attention to the shade. All right, and I'm gonna take this foundation brush. This is the Sonia G, it's the Jumbo foundation brush. I love this too. And I'm gonna go in and blend that in all over. Now this has a buildable coverage. So like my brows going down here. I get in here so you don't see a line going down. Especially if the color is a little bit darker. Okay, so you can kind of see the finish. And that's just with one, like you saw, like it wasn't that much that I put on. It was like one tiny like pump going across, but it is a long wearing foundation. I'm gonna go in and I'm going to use the Instant Eye Lift by Trish McEvoy. I love this. I bought this myself. This was not, you know, gifted to me. And she does recommend going in and doing like a V underneath your eye. like something like that, or you can just kind of make a V. It's very lightweight. It's not heavy at all. You'll see, it blends in very nicely. It doesn't crease, but it does brighten up that under eye. And this is the Jumbo Concealer Brush by Sonia G. I love this brush. And you can see already how that kind of just brightens up that under eye. I am going to use a tad bit of concealer, like just like right in here. So I just kind of go in and tap that in there. It's like I said, it's super light. It probably looked heavier going on than actually what it is. And it has like a pinkish like tone to it, so it does lift up that under eye. It does brighten it up quite a bit. So if you have dark circles, perfect, right? Okay, I'm going to be using this concealer here by Glow Wish. It is an 03 Light. Again, this is super light. I don't really like anything too heavy. And I'm going to kind of go right in there and go tad in the middle just to kind of brighten that up where we get very dark in there. Using that same concealer brush, I'm just going to go in there and just kind of dab that. And okay, so my battery died. I had to go and change it. Okay, so where was I? I have to blend in this side here. You can see how this is, again, is a very light coverage, but it does kind of help with those dark shadows on the corner there without making it look too like a raccoon. And I tap it in. You can also take your ring finger, which is warm, and that kind of just pushes it into the skin. Eyes. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I mean, the eyeshadow's a little heavy for me, but I'm okay with it for now. Okay, next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna take a light dusting of this powder, which is the Patrick Starrr One Size powder, and I'm gonna go in. You can see it has a pinkish tinge to it. And I'm gonna go and lightly dust my face with this, so you can see how it kind of like just brightens it up. Okay, I'm gonna go in, put a little bit in here. You can see the color, it's quite pink, right? And go in and tap off some of that excess and go in and kind of okay, you can see a slight difference in that, like how it just kind of brightened up that side of my face. I like it, and I'm not a big powder person, like I don't like powders usually. And go across here. I'm gonna do it just on the one side so you can kind of see the difference. See how I kind of toned it down, almost like the warm part of it, like this kind of is just the right size, but just the right color for my skin tone. So if I'm a neutral and I have cooler tones, I have like a lot of surface redness in my face, but I'm more neutral like underneath that, if that makes sense. So the pinkness that I have is a lot more surface, it's more from like rosacea and broken capillaries. My true tone is more of a neutral color. Let's try, you know what, I'm gonna try setting my under eye with it and see what that does. I'm kind of testing this out with you guys for the first time so we can see what it looks like. It does kind of brighten up my face, and it kind of, you know, helps with the pink that I have in my eyes. Like it kind of blends it all in together, so I don't have like a pink eye and a warmer type skin tone. So that part I like about it. Okay, next we'll go in and we will use the other palette, and that is this is the Face palette by Tarte. Like I said, there's a 4-pack of it. There's 3 eyeshadows, and there is a face palette. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to start with the bronzer in here. I'm going to go in, I'm going to take my bronzing brush here. This is the, which one is this? It's the Sonia G. It is a Sonia G, and it's this like angle type brush. And I use it for my bronzers. Go in and go underneath here and kind of bronze up this part of my face. And then go over here and go up here and do my forehead a little bit, going across the top. It's pretty. And this foundation this is a little bit heavier than what I'm used to wearing, but I don't know, but if you like a heavier foundation, perfect, right? Not everybody likes light foundation. Okay, so next I'm gonna go in, and I don't wanna use that brush. I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this blush here, and I'm gonna use my Sonia G brush, and this is in the classic base brush, and I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna just tap in that a little bit, and then I'm gonna go in and just do my blush up and through here and kind of blend that in. Let me know if you've used any of these products and what your thought is on it. Like, have you used any of the Sonia G brushes? Have you used any of Trish McEvoy products? If you have, what products have you used? And kind of tell me a little bit about it. She has beautiful products. I would say they're more on the luxury end of products, but they are nice, I have to say. Even the brighter colors are pretty. All right, so I'm just going across that forehead a little bit with some of this color. And then I'm gonna go take this brush and just kind of brush over everything and blend it in. I don't like it looking like it's like sitting on my skin. I like it to look like it's blended in. Good. It's pretty. I don't know, I'm kind of liking it. Okay, so I'll go in and I'll try out highlighter. I'm not a big fan of highlighter, but I will try it out so you guys can see what it looks like. Go in there, you can see it's pretty. It's very champagne color. And kind of go just right here on my cheekbones. Can you see that? Yeah, it's a little pop of color there. And if I do it anywhere else, I'll do it across here. Yeah, okay. I won't do it on my nose. Okay. And then again, I'll go in and I will take my brush. I will take this powder brush and go in and just lightly kind of blend that in. All right, next I'm gonna head over and I'm going to do, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna do my lips, and I'm gonna be using this lip color. This is from Trish McEvoy. It is a lipstick color. It is in the color Innocent. You can see, very pretty, very balmy type color. Very pretty. It'll go nicely with this combination we have going on here. I'm going to be using the Pat McGrath lip pencil. This is in the color Suburbia. And go in and line my lips. I go right on the lip line. And I kind of go in and I just kind of blend in that lip liner right to the so this is more of like a satin finish. Okay, again, that is the color Innocent. Next I'm gonna spray my face. I'm gonna take this all-nighter. This is the one with the vitamin C in it. It's a hydrating setting spray, so it's going to kind of mesh all of those, especially in a lot of powders that I use today. It's going to kind of blend that into my skin. And I do that before I do my mascara, so I don't activate the mascara again and just kind of, you know, get dots all over my face. And I am loving this new mascara from L'Oreal. And I pretty much always curl my lashes. I go in there and pull that down. I'm going to do one other thing. I'm going to take a little bit of this concealer. Where's that brush? And go underneath my eyebrow and just kind of clean up underneath there so it looks a little bit more cleaner looking. And what I do is I go right up against it with the flat brush with this tiny bit of concealer and kind of blend that out. And that just kind of lifts the brow up a little bit more. Let's even notice it more on this eye when I do it. So take notice, like this one looks like it has a little bit more height, and this one looks like it's laying a little heavier. And go in there. And go right up against that arch, especially there, and just kind of get that lift. And that is just kind of making it look a little bit more lifted and not so heavy looking. So I'm sure you can see the difference. You just don't want to get it into into the hair itself. Well, you can. You mean if you go what you do, you just go over it with your pencil again. It's not the end of the world. And then I'm going to go in. I'm just going to take just another clean brush and just kind of blend all of that up there so it looks a little softer. I mean, when you start to do this all the time, like you do it in no time flat. Okay, so Panoramic Mascara, loving it, by L'Oreal. It's probably one of my, I love L'Oreal's products. They make the best mascaras. I'm gonna go in there and just apply my mascara. I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes, I just do the top. Okay, everyone, so this is, I'm gonna back this up. You can see the colors. You can see the skin. You can see the highlighter. This is my spring inspired makeup look. Comment below, just let me know what you're thinking about it. I'm gonna take my hair down. If you ever use, if you're curious about how to use foam rollers, Velcro rollers, there's a video I'll attach it in the description box below. I'll leave everything in the description box below in case you're, interested in what I used. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And where you're watching from, like I'm in New Jersey, and the weather in New Jersey is it's not too bad out there today. I can see the sun's out, and it looks like it might get warmer as the week goes on, so I'm hopeful for that. And then I'm going to take a picture of the outfit that I have, because I always think you might enjoy it, you might want it, I love it. It's like loungewear, but you can certainly wear it out somewhere. And for the price, I was really just gonna get it just for the shirt. I thought it was just a shirt. When I realized it was a top and bottoms, I was like, oh my God, it was like $35. It was great. So I'll show you what that is. And there you go. There is my spring inspired makeup look. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I will see you in my next video. Thank you.